Hello, grade 8. So we will be moving on to 5.3 multiplying fractions and mixed numbers today. This is a fairly simple lesson, so let's go straight into our lesson. So the main point today is you've learned this before in starting from grade 5, grade 6, and grade 7, and then we're just reviewing some of the stuff that we already know. If I had a fraction a over b and I wanted to multiply to another fraction c over d, what happens is we do top times top and bottom times bottom. And so our answer will be A times C at the top and B times D at the bottom. Okay, so let's go straight into some examples over here. So example A, we're going to have a very simple 2 over 3 multiplied to 4 over 5. And we're just going to do top times top and bottom times bottom. And so in the end, you don't need to write this intermediate step, but you could if you want to. That's going to be 2 times 4 at the top and 3 times 5 at the bottom, and the answer will be 8 all over 15. Now, if you choose to, you can go straight from the question straight to the answer. That's also fine, as long as you write down the question at the very beginning in your homework. Next example, so we have 3 over 5 over here, and we want to multiply 10 over 21. Now, you could go ahead and do top times top, bottom times bottom. So you have 30 at the top and 105 at the bottom. And then you will realize, oh, okay, I have to simplify. But before you do that, why don't we look at whether we can simplify these fractions first? Now, if I look at these, 5 and 10 have common multiples of 5, okay? So 5 and 10 has common factors of 5, which means that I could go ahead and simplify by dividing top and bottom by 5. If I divide 10 by 5, that'll be 2. If I divide 5 by 5, that is 1. And then let's look at the other numbers. 3 and 21, both of these have common factor of 3. I can divide 3 by 3, that's 1. I can divide 21 by 3, that is 7. And so I am left with, once I clean everything up, that is the same as 1 over 1 multiplied by 2 over 7, which is essentially just 2 over 7. That's it. Okay? So, long story short, simplify first when possible. Okay? Simplify first. Okay? Try to simplify first before you multiply because it will be a lot easier. Once you multiply the numbers out, it will be super big, and then you may run into some problems. So next part, we're going to be doing some mixed numbers. So this part will be mixed numbers. So when it comes to mixed numbers, we cannot just multiply them directly. Okay, so first example, we have 5 and a quarter, and we want to multiply that to 4 and 2 over 3. Now, I cannot just do whole number times whole number and fraction times fraction. It is not the same as adding and subtracting of mixed numbers. So what you need to do in the first step is you always have to do this. You have to turn these mixed numbers, turn them to improper fraction. Improper fraction. You have to do this when it comes to multiplying mixed numbers. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this now as 5 times 4 plus 1 will be 21 over 4. And then 4 times 3, 12, plus 2 is 14. So times 14 over 3. So I turned both of these fractions into improper fractions. Now, when I look at it, I can go ahead and start simplifying. 21 and 3, did we do a similar one? I can just simplify them. That becomes 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And then for the other one, 14 and 4, I can divide both of these by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And so in the end, when I clean this up, that is the same as 7 over 2 times 7 over 1. And then that becomes 49 all over 2. Then you can change it back into a mixed number. That becomes 24 and a half. So when it comes to your homework, you must first copy down the question. Then you must turn it into improper fraction. You must show the conversion. And then afterwards, you simplify, and then you can present your answer, okay? Next example, and this will be the last example, I have 2 3/4 multiplied to a whole number 20. Now, remember, the first step is to change the mixed number into an improper fraction. So 2 times 4 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. So that is the same as 11 over 4 times 20. Now, what some people would choose to do is write an invisible denominator of 1. Every whole number has an invisible denominator of 1. Okay, now some people are used to just simplifying directly, but if you're not so good at math, if you're not super familiar with fractions, then I would advise you to write that invisible denominator, because it will make it easier for you to see that you can simplify the 20 and the 4. 4 and 20 has common factor of 4, so I can divide 4 by 4, that's 1. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and so I am left with 11 times 5. 11 times 5, and so my answer is 55 in the end. Okay, so I want you guys to get on with your homework. Your homework for today is to do the following questions. Just give me a moment while I try to load the questions, and it should appear anytime now. There we go. Okay, so your homework, exercise 5.3, 11 to 31 odd questions, and then question 43, 47, 49, and 50. So please go ahead and do your homework. Sorry for that random glitch, and I will see you all next lesson.